Hey, friends. Your furry besties are back for another episode of No Man. I'm Will, and this is my co host.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of No Man.
All right, friends. So buckle up your breastplates and glue down those lace fronts because the Tournament of All Stars has officially begun. RuPaul said March Madness? I hardly know her. All Stars 10 came out of the gate swinging and lip syncing. But listen, everyone and their cousin's drag daughter is doing a breakdown. We get it. We know. So for us, we're going to keep it 100% real. You're not here for a full episode breakdown. You're here for the shade, the side eyes, and the straight up scandal. Not from us, but from the fans. Remember that. So let us dive into the Tournament of All Stars Bracket 1. Now, for some context, this season is the largest cast we've ever had with 18 queens. But the season is divided into three groups, or the queens are divided into three groups of six queens, and the groups are called brackets. So in the first round, each of the brackets will get three episodes where no one goes home, but instead they're competing for points. Now, if you were like me, you were like, how the fuck this point system gonna work? So here is the breakdown, right? The top two queens of each episode get 2 points. The top two queens then have the potential to receive an additional point and $1,000 tip if they win the lip sync. Now, the remaining four queens each receive 1 point to give away to the MVQ, which is the most valuable queen. So essentially, if you aren't in the top, then girl, you a bottom.
Ain't nothing
Now,
wrong with
at
that.
the end, ain't nothing wrong with the bottoms. I love the bottoms. But at the end of their third episode within their bracket, the three queens with the most points will move on to the semifinal round. Now, that's just the first three rounds. We don't know the first three brackets of the first round. We don't know what the semifinal round is going to look like, but that's just a breakdown to get into what this point system is giving because I was a little confused as to how they was going to operate these episodes. But Giovanni, what is your thoughts on the new point system?
Okay, so overall, I love the bracket system. I love that we have this many queens, but because they're broken down into smaller groups, we get to focus on them a lot more. When there's such large cast, a lot of queens tend to fade into the background. And it's not always their fault. Like there's a lot of loud personalities. The editing will sometimes edit a queen out. So I love that there's so much focus put on the queens individually. And I also love that they did not have to absolutely break their banks and go into bankruptcy because they didn't have to spend a whole season's worth of look. They didn't have to buy like a whole season's worth of looks. They just have to worry about three episodes, at least to begin with. So it was a lot more economical for the queens. So I love that. I want to, as of right now, I would like to see this more in the future. Who knows how I feel about it by the end. But as of right now, I'm really enjoying it. One critique I don't like is the fact that the queens let the other queens know right away who they voted for. I would have rather it be like a secret type of thing where we as the viewers don't even know, so that it could be a gag at the end if, somebody ends up at the top who didn't win as many challenges as somebody else. I thought that would have just been more of a gag. Just the only critique I have.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I also think it's very refreshing. This is something new, right? We haven't had this format before. I think it's good. We've had 10 seasons of All Stars and 17 seasons of a regular season of RuPaul's Drag Race. So I think it's about time for us to get a new format. I'm not sure how sustainable this is going forward, but I'm excited to see how it plays out.
Yeah. And I mean, thanks to Naisha Lopez, we got a little tea that apparently it was really hard to cast this season because of the format, because a lot of the girls didn't understand what the hell they were trying to do. So they're like, wait, so we come back for three episodes only? Like it was just very confusing for the girls. So maybe now that we see it in action, maybe it might convince some of the girls to come back for a season like this. Who knows? Again, we'll see at the end how we actually feel about the entire.
I agree. All right, so let's get into this entrance looks. So now the season, right, does something different. It introduces the queens on the main stage, sort of similar to how we do it in Versus the World or how they did it in Global All Stars. Hot take. I'm really glad that they did it because can you imagine if we had to listen to 18 different entrance lines? Like, you know how crazy that would be?
That would have been a lot. And again, a lot of girls would have been faded into the background. Not always their fault. It just ends up being that way. So I love the fact that we can focus on the girls individually so much.
Same. So now, first up, we have Aja. So now she did this Pokemon inspired look. I think it was like Roserade that people were saying. And so, like, I know all the Pokemon gays. I know all the anime gays. I know they were screaming enjoyment. I didn't know it. I didn't know what the reference was until somebody said it. But I thought the look was great. I thought she looked good. I was like, oh, bitch, Aja looks good.
So I got the reference right away because even though I'm not a Pokemon gay girl, I played one game, and that one game I decided to play was over the past few months because a bitch was unemployed, and so I had the Nintendo. My brother had downloaded a Pokemon game on it. I was like, well, I got nothing better to do, so I'm gonna play it. So I got that right away just because that was one of the Pokemon that had stood out to me because she was a fucking cut to catch. But she was, girl. But I got it right away. But all the gays, not all the gays, there was a lot of gays in the bar that as soon as they come out, they're like, oh my God, like you said, oh my God, and like grabbing their phones and being like, look, it's her. So I thought that was really fun. And Miss Aja looks gorgeous. She looks beautiful. She looks so right.
You know what was taking me out was one, I'm happy to see Aja back on the television. I think Aja being on TV is like TV gold. But you know what was taking me out, what was sending me was Aja and that ballroom walk. Bitch, when I tell you Aja is so mangy, I was living for it, okay? I fucking loved it. Her entrance look, I gave it a yes, ma'am. I thought she looked good, and I was super happy to see Aja back on my television.
Absolutely, yes, man. Absolutely. Can't wait to see what she does.
All right. Same, right? Next up, we had Deja Sky. Now, I know you, like, if you watched our Meet the Queens video, then you know that Joanie or myself, we weren't a fan of Deja's promo look. But I thought this entrance look made up for it. There was elements of it that I liked. I thought there was movement to the dress. I thought her body looked great. That mug was sitting, muggy wuggy, as I like to say, right? Deja looked good. And again, right, I think it was a shift from her being the pastel princess from her season to like now as a new edgy Deja. And so because of that, I gave it a soft ma'am. Um, but I thought it was still a little safe, but it was still a good look.
I like that. I give it a yes, ma'am. I love the way like you said, the flow of the dress, how it like bounced. Love that hair. Love a big hair. Makeup is right. The only thing I didn't like about this look was the shoes. That was it. That was it. Just not a fan of them.
All
But
right.
yes, ma'am, she looked great.
Next up, we had Irene the Alien. Now, obviously, Irene being back, I think it's amazing. She literally had nothing to lose. Irene was the queen with the worst placement on RuPaul's Drag Race. She came in at 16th place. She came in the last place out of every single queen who has competed on a regular season of RuPaul's Drag Race. And that was because that season had an extra queen on it, right? So it was kind of like it sucked. So there was really nowhere to go but up, right? Now, I mean, it could be gaggy if Irene goes home and she's 18th out of that, then she would like literally be the worst queen ever. Can you imagine if that happens? Then that would be so
I
iconic for
mean,
Irene the Alien.
technically, if she ends up with the least amount of points out of every single queen, she could be considered 18th place, and that would be a fucking gag.
Can you imagine if Irene comes in 18th place? Wild, right? Like, girl. But this look, I thought this look was very clean. I thought it was very on brand for Irene the Alien, right? One, the rebrand from Dubois to the Alien, correct. Great job. Branding is everything, especially if you want to make a name for yourself in this business. Brand, know your brand. I just think that I would have liked elevation. And I say this because the look started elevated and then she kept taking things off and it got less elevated. At the end, it was just a leotard, and I was like, girl, like, why? Other than that, I still gave it a yes, ma'am. But altogether, did I like the package? Did I like what I saw? Yes.
Yeah, this was a yes, ma'am. I love how over the top this is. I love the color. I love how it suits her. Titties out. Live for that. Yes, ma'am.
I don't know what it is about the gays, but we love titties.
But we don't love titties, which is funny.
Right. So weird. We love titties. We live for some titties, but we don't like titties.
No,
What is up with that? Why is the gays like titties, but we don't like titties? Why is that?
I don't know,
If we had
girl.
lesbian friends, we would play with the lesbian titties. We would be like, oh my God,
I
titties.
don't know
Like,
about.
and then, yeah, we would.
Well, yeah,
I know
if
I
they're
would.
big old titties, not if they're.
No, I mean we don't want like little like. No,
We don't want
we don't want
mosquito bites,
stuff.
girl.
We want like big old like jugs.
And
I
listen,
need
girl,
like big old double D's.
I could get a breastplate, girl. I'd be like this the whole day. Like,
Can
girl,
somebody can we get Giovanni a breastplate? Like,
I
can we
would.
do it? Can we just do it?
I'd be motorboating people in Times Square. Like, who, girl?
Oh my god. Okay. So this we're gonna digress a little bit because it's our podcast and we can do what the fuck we want. So one episode, I just want us to have titties.
My God,
I just wanted maybe for Halloween. I think we should do a Halloween episode when we have
now, girl,
titties.
that's too far away.
That's too far?
That's too far.
Or maybe
For
Pride.
Pride,
But I
for
think one of
Pride.
these days we just need to have titties. It's just one of these
Oh my
days.
God, maybe for Pride Month, we could do like every episode do something different, like today's wigs. Maybe get you in some makeup, girl. Maybe. I don't know how you feel about that, but
I don't know
maybe.
about makeup, but because I would have to shave my beard and I don't want to
You
do
gotta
that.
shave. You could be a beauty
Oh, I
queen,
guess I
girl.
could be a bearded queen. I could be a bearded
And it
queen.
doesn't have to
Okay,
be
then that's fine.
necessarily like drag makeup. It could just be a little eyeliner, a little blush or something.
I don't know. I don't mind. I really do not mind. I could legit, I would like feel my cross dressing fantasy. Like, don't even get me started. That's a whole nother conversation for a different day. Okay. So, because I got really excited. That's crazy. That's wild, y'all.
Girl, should we have a
Next
conversation
up, we should, right?
with
We
what's
should.
her
We should have a
name?
conversation.
Miss Tranos?
Listen, I don't know about that, but like one of these days, I just want to step into the wild side just one time. Okay, just feel my fantasy. Next up, we had. Thank you for indulging us in that little like digress. Next up, we had Phoenix, and I thought Phoenix looked good. I thought she looked opulent. I thought she looked pageant. Right, Phoenix is another queen that I was really excited to see back on my TV screen. I love a polished queen. I love about the details. I thought her first entrance look to this was really great, especially for the younger gays to know who Phoenix is. I thought that was a really great entrance look, and for that, I gave her a yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this wasn't over for me
Oh yay!
because I love how draggy this is. This is like classic high pageant drag with like a modern twist. It's so classic but so like new at the same time. Like it feels classic but fresh. I love the colors. I love how she looks, and I feel like this is how you enter an all-star season after being gone for like 15 years. She made her fucking statement.
Yep, correct. All right. Then we had Olivia Lux. Now, while I wasn't a fan of Olivia Lux's promo, and Giovanni was, right? That was Giovanni's favorite promo look. Olivia's face in this entrance looked amazing.
I mean, Olivia's face is always going to look amazing.
True, girl is beat down. And then apparently this is a nod to her season 13 look, the look that she was eliminated in. So I see the vision, but there was just something about this silhouette that was a little off-putting for me. And for that, I gave it a meh, ma'am, because I just wasn't getting into the look.
I gave it like soft. I thought it was cute. I thought it was a cute look. Again, mug for days. I would give it a yes, ma'am. A very soft yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now, can we pivot just one more time? Okay, so can we talk about the hate that Olivia Lux is getting? And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Stay with me. Stay with me. There's a whole thing, right? So, in my opinion, Olivia Lux is getting the All Stars 5 Blair Sinclair edit, where the Queen was so nice in their original season, and then they come back and they have a little grit to them. Now, Blair's evolution was received fairly well. People didn't mind Blair, right? But Olivia, on the other hand, child, the fans are like, no, ma'am. So, one fan said, it's the black scent for me. She puts on every time she talking to her sis, right? Then in the confessionals, she's all prim and proper and innocent. And then another fan said, to me, it's a repeat of Blair Sinclair on All Stars. On one season, on her original season, she was a big sweetheart, and now I'm a cold, bad bitch. But both didn't feel genuine, especially after that one sided moment with Bosco. However, I'm not out there sending her hate for it. What's your thoughts?
I think it's giving racism. Or not necessarily racism, I would say, but it's definitely like it's giving microaggression. I'll say
It's
that.
giving racism. Hashtag
Oh my God, maybe that should be my drag name. Racism from the House of Sism. Ray.
from the house of discrimination.
Bitch.
Racism from the house of discrimination. Oh my God, the
Yes.
show is it's
Oh
over.
my God, I would love that.
It's so good. Copyright, trademark it. Yes. But I don't think Olivia is doing anything wrong, right? I think what what I'm noticing is that the fandom doesn't really understand ballroom culture and
Mhm.
ballroom, right? I think Olivia has fully embraced that ballroom culture and she's been able to find her voice, right? And also I think her evolution in that world and being a part of the legendary house of Miyake Mugler has really helped her find that voice. And so, because a lot of the fans have not been a part of that journey, the new Olivia Lux for them, and I'm gonna put new in quotation marks, it feels fake and it feels disingenuine. But I think that has always been Olivia. I just think that the ballroom culture and that ballroom house just gave her the confidence to be this person and gave her the safety and security to say, it's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what I was gonna say, where I feel like you could see that ballroom. I don't want to say has changed her, but has maybe like I think you said it the best actually, has made her find her voice. And I think people were not ready for that. They're used to this like prim and proper Olivia, but that's she's evolved from that. I don't want to say that's not her. I think she's evolved and this is a new, not even completely new. It's a more realized Olivia we're getting, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And people need to shut their fucking
Yeah,
mouths.
right. And I don't think she's being fake. I don't think she's doing anything different. I honestly think that it's ballroom. And I think that has helped her. She has learned how to have thick skin. She has learned to sit there and say, you know what? I am the shit because I am face. Right? Like she's learned to do that. And I think it's different because right, we don't say the same thing about Aja because being in ballroom has helped Aja fully realize herself, not only as a trans woman, but as a fully fledged like drag queen, right? And it has made Aja the Aja that she is today. But we don't complain about that because we like, oh, Aja's been Banji. She's been that way. But no, this is new Aja. This is new territory. She feels fresh. She feels light. It feels different seeing her on the TV screen than it is the first two times we've seen her.
Hmm. Fully. Yeah.
And so
I
the same
love
thing with Olivia. I think Olivia seems normal to me now. She feels like, oh, like the weight has lifted from her shoulders and she does not have to be all prim and proper. I like Olivia with a little grit to her.
oh,
I
fully.
think I think she's fun.
I need Olivia to. This is probably the New Yorker in me. I need Olivia to pull some wigs. So just like,
Yes, right?
I'm
Just
sorry.
like snatch a bitch. I live for it. I love it. And so I think it's unfortunate that Olivia Lux is getting the hate this season. And I think hashtag racism. But I mean, if we want to talk about it, we can talk about it. We can spend a whole hour talking about the underlying microaggressions in the drag race fandom, right? That there is. And I think
I don't even think it's.
that is a conversation. That is, but I just wanted to like pivot a little bit to talk about the hate that Olivia Lux has been receiving.
I was about to say something, but girl is gonna dive us deeper into the whole. We ain't got the time for that tonight. We can do a
I
whole
know, right? It's
episode if
like
y'all want, and we should actually. We will
correct.
actually.
We will. Yes, we will. We have it planned. All right. So now back on track, right? So now, last but not least, we had Bosco. Baby.
When
Baby.
I tell you, Miss Bosco has me questioning my entire sexuality. Because when she walked out in that, with just a hint of side boob and under boob, and just the tie covering her little punani, I was like, ooh, she looked amazing. Incredible. That body, that makeup, I love how um fuck, I can't remember the name of the person I was about to reference, but I love how 80s this is. I love how glam rock this is. I love everything about this look.
Baby. When I say I'm gonna look in the camera directly at the screen. I'm talking to Bosco, and no one but other than Bosco. Bosco, you fucking better, bitch. When I say this is probably the best entrance look ever to walk on the stage of RuPaul's Drag Race, bitch, what? What? What in the world possessed Bosco to walk on the stage of RuPaul's Drag Race like that? Because I want it.
Same. I
Like,
can't wear
I want
that.
it.
I want that body. That's what I want.
Like, Can we give a double over? Like, it's double over.
Absolutely. I mean,
Like, it's over. Like,
for me, it's an
over.
okay. Over. I don't want to say dub over because I think that applies to a different look from Bosco. But because I don't feel like they match up, yeah. But amazing. That is how you enter
Listen,
the
yes,
not even the workroom, I guess the runway.
yes, yes. And also, I love the rebrand from, the Demon Queen to God's favorite transsexual because that's everything.
I
Mic drop. Mic drop.
When she said that, something stirred in me,
Mic drop. Mic drop.
and I know that's gonna piss off so many fucking people, and I love that. I know people are gonna clip that and take it out of context, and they're gonna come for her, and I love that she can get people riled up that way.
As you should,
And if
because
I
you
was
come for Bosco, you fucking up the wrong tree because Bosco will
Oscar,
read you.
Oscar will read the house down. But if I was a transsexual, I would absolutely get that tattooed across my titties or something, because like, I don't know, God's favorite transsexual? That is iconic.
Like, she went from the Demon Queen to God's favorite transsexual. As you should,
Mhm.
because you are God's favorite transsexual, Bosco. Okay? All right. So now, let's get into the challenge. So, the queens are tasked to write a verse to Winner Winner Chicken Dinner, which is a rock song. And no shade, this was a horrible song.
I liked it.
Girl,
It was, to me, it was not heavy metal. It was glam rock. It was not heavy metal. That was gay as fuck. It was glam rock, sweetie. Um, but
who stood out to you?
Aja rapping on a rock song, I thought was something only Aja could do, and like
Bitch said
deliver at that
she gonna put
level.
these bitches in a hearse in the first. She said, "I'm gonna put these bitches in a hearse in the first verse." Done,
She, for me,
done,
just for that verse alone, deserves to go to the semifinals. Whatever happens the
done,
rest of the three episodes or the other two episodes, I don't care. She deserves to be in that semifinale for that verse.
done, baby. I was like, done.
Bro, I think you passing me your allergies or whatever you got, because my nose starting to
I don't
run.
know because listen, my nose is guys. I'm sorry if you see me keep like dabbing my nose, but my nose is running away from me. Like these allergies, and it's raining outside. I don't know what it is. Like it's crazy. Like, Lord, I don't know what I did. I didn't did something to somebody. I don't know. Somebody mad at my shady commentary on this podcast, but my nose is disrespectful. And guess what? It's only the left nostril. If it was both noses, I'll be
Okay.
fine. But it's only one nostril. Crazy.
So when you said your nose is running away from you,
What you thought I said?
it's like your last man did, girl. But I don't
I
know
didn't
that.
really have a man. I didn't really have a man. And if anything, I was the one that ran away from him. If you want to be
Uh,
technical, but we have a whole three-piece episode that talks about me running away from someone. Next episode. I
I
got
was
you.
about to say, I don't think we
Okay.
filmed that.
We did it. Next episode, I got it for three
Okay.
piece. It just came to my head. Thank you for. It's called the running away
Girl,
nose.
I'm
Um,
an expert on that. But anyway, we digress. What were we talking about?
yes, no, yes. Aja, amazing. Irene also surprised me though, because I
That
born
is,
again. I didn't know what to expect
I
from
mean, nobody
Irene.
did
Like no shade. But she did really well.
really well. She really embodied. I think she embodied the song out of the best out of all of them.
That tonguography, girl, she had me feel some way. I'm like
She
Irene's
had
tongue
my
was
whole
long.
twitching. But anyway, what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah,
Girl, you need some we keep telling you that Joanna needs some ginkgo biloba. You need some memory.
Lion's
Like you
Mane,
need something to help you. You need something to help your memory, because child, you be forgetting your
girl.
whole conversation.
It's all the drugs I took all those years ago.
Okay, Lexi Love. Oh my God, we're gonna have to edit that out in
The
post.
Lexi Love stands are gonna come for you.
Oh my God, I know that's fresh. I'm so sorry because she did check herself up into rehab.
Which we
So
love.
we love a
Love.
wear queen. We love that. So yes, it is not. We're not joking on the fact that her sobriety is not funny. So I just want everybody to understand that.
I, what we're laughing about is the reaction afterward.
Yes. It was that. It was me coming to the realization that I said that out loud and I shouldn't have said that out loud and it should have just stayed in my brain. That's what we're laughing at. And I want to preference that we're not laughing at anybody's sobriety journey.
No,
Okay.
absolutely not.
Right.
Absolutely not.
All right. So I thought Olivia sounded great, but it was not rock.
Yes, yes, I still liked it. I really enjoyed it. I loved the juxtaposition of her vocals and the instrumental that was going on. I really enjoyed that. Didn't
It
necessarily.
sounded way better than Congratulations, though.
Oh yeah, no, nothing Simone's verse.
My name's Simone, and I'm here for the
You heard it,
throne.
yeah. I just remember this with
Please.
Olivia Lux.
And I'm Arkansas ground.
Yeah, the
The
ebony
ebony
enchantress ring.
enchantress is me.
Fuck, that was. Those were some good
I think she
verses.
sounded that Olivia sounded better in Winner Winner Chicken Dinner than she did in
Oh,
Congratulations.
absolutely. And that's not meant to be shady. She just did.
Right. And then the opposite, unfortunately, Phoenix. I was yelling at my screen like, girl, you got this. And I just wanted her to have fun and let loose. And she didn't. I felt so bad for her.
I mean, yeah, I just want her to believe in herself. That's it. And I get it when you're in this situation, and like this is an entirely different drag race than the one she competed on.
Oh, fully. Yes. Totally
Way
understand.
different. And again, it's been like 15 years since she last competed. She's at a slight disadvantage than the other girls who have as like for some of the queens competed literally like months before, like weeks before this was filmed. So I know for her it's like being thrown back into like a ring where she has absolutely no idea what's going on. And I get that. I want her to do really well because she's one of the queens I was most excited to see come back. And again,
Oh,
that
fully.
entrance look,
And
yeah.
the promo, girl. You
And
know how
let's
I
be
feel about the
real, the
legs.
rest of the looks, like she is bringing the looks.
She is, right? So now, Joanna, can we talk about how refreshing it is to have old school drag queen banter back on the
I'm
TV?
excited.
Like Irene and Aja throwing shade at each other and then ended up being good Judies is what I miss about Drag Race.
Yeah, and I loved Bosco's explanation of it being like with drag queens, it's fun and games until it isn't, but then it is. Like that is what drag queens do. And I think that's what
And then when
fans,
it's not, you never know until it's too
yeah,
late.
but I think that's what fans need to realize too. Like the girls can absolutely shade each other and banter and throw slick comments and whatever and read each other. But at the end of the day, there's hardly ever any hard feelings. Like
So true.
they move on, they have a drink, do it all over. That's it. Like people need to
Now,
stop being
hot
so
take.
butthurt about.
Hot take. Do you think Irene gathered Asha though?
I think she did. I think she did. First of all, just with that first comment alone of being like, Baja, not Baja, but Aja, she's like, don't you start a moment looking like that, or whatever the fuck she said. When she said that, my jaw dropped. That was just so quick-witted. And then the follow-up to that, being like, not the loading circle on your face while you try to think of a comeback. Again, so quick with it, so smart with it. She gathered Aja real quick, but I just still fought back. I just still fought back. She did not just let her drag her. Um, I thought it was so funny, so much fun to watch. And anyone that watched that and thought that would like the Queens deserved hate because of it, go suck a rotten titty or something. I don't know.
Like, go back and watch season two. Like, nothing compares to what they did in season two. Like, go back and watch season two because that was light shade, okay?
Oh,
That was like dressing room of a drag
and
show,
you
like of a bar.
and you could
Like
tell like
light.
the girls were having fun with. I felt like the girls were having fun with it. Like they were not like, especially Irene. And I
No.
think a reason the people had a problem with what Irene was saying is her delivery. Irene is very dry in her delivery. She's not somebody who's gonna say something funny and then like giggle about it or like wink or whatever. She's gonna say it. She doesn't mean it to be malicious. She's just being shady, and I think it's her delivery that upsets people.
Fully, right? And I also think people don't understand that that's drag queen humor, and that's drag queen banner, right? And so if you're in it, if you know in it, right, that's old school, that's ballroom, that's banshee, that's all of that. And so I think that that's what's so good about seeing it on TV from those two because they ended up being really good
Oh
Judies.
yeah.
And I just think Irene is just so happy that she could have somebody to banter with and throw shade with, and the fact that Aja can like throw it back at her, I think that's great.
Yeah, I love that because I don't think I mean, not that she was in her season for that long, but like just for example, with like
She did with Lux.
Lux, I feel like Lux couldn't necessarily give it back the way Aja did in terms
Yeah,
of it like
Aja
being
didn't.
shady fun.
Aja didn't take it personal. Yeah, she
No,
didn't take it personal. She didn't. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so now let's get into the runway. And so the category is slits and tits. So let's do a quick yes ma'am, no ma'am for the looks. So now Aja's up first. I gave it a soft ma'am only because I wanted more purple. The vision was there, but I needed more.
it was a yes man because I love the overall look. I love the idea. I love that she kept the theme from her entrance look to this, it being Pokemon. Only critique was the arms not being purple. That's it.
Correct. Okay, so now next was Deja's Bosco, excuse me. I gave this an over.
This was my double over.
This was your double
Yeah,
over?
yeah.
Okay.
The zippered wig, cunt. The titties. The fucking titties. Miss Bosco got
We
some
love titties.
nerve to come out with just some tassels on her nipples. I thought she looked incredibly amazing. I thought she nailed the tits and slits theme. The theme was made for her. Like, hello.
Fully. Yeah.
She looked amazing. This is one of my favorite runway looks of all time. Hands down.
It was a good look. The zippers, I mean, hello. Zippers, zippers. I probably won't be able to look at a zipper the same way after that. Next was Deja Sky. And so I wanted to like this, but I gave this a no ma'am. And because the dress really didn't fit the theme, right? It had a slit, but where was the tits?
I agree with those. No, ma'am. Yes, the slit was there, but I think the dress being kind of ill-fitting at the top kind of hid the boobs instead of highlighting them, which is what it should have done. And when you compare it to everybody else that was on the runway, this just felt kind of flat. It looked good. Look, that got amazing.
Yep. All right, next up we have Olivia Lux. And so I gave this a yes, ma'am. Obviously, is the iconic little Kim moment. I thought it was really creative for Olivia. The reason why I didn't get this higher than a yes, ma'am is because this is the first, like, I would say, runway look for All Stars 10. And so I would want a little bit more originality. But did it fit the prompt? Yes. I just didn't want a reference on the first episode.
I think it's a Nova. I think she looked fabulous. I think she took Little Kim's original look and added her own twist to it. I think she looked amazing. And like it absolutely fits the theme. I love this. I love this color on her, and I love those shoes. I need those shoes. Can I walk in them? Probably not. I still need them.
Okay. Next up, we have Irene the Alien. So I give this a yes, ma'am. I thought the look was amazing, right? When I say this was so good, but again, it turned into a leotard. That's the only reason why I did not give this an over. Between that and the tits being a different color than the arms, like the little details, and especially coming from Irene the Alien, I would have expected a little bit more detail.
Yeah, I teetered between over and yes, ma'am, for this. The reason being the arms. It disconnecting. I don't know. Not a huge fan, but I love this because it gave me Fiona going, or Fiona like Fiona having like a Vegas review like show. Like that's what it was giving me, and I absolutely loved it. I thought she
Love
was
that.
beautiful. Loved the dress. Loved everything about it. I love how grand this is, and I love this color on her.
Yep. All right. And then last but not least, we have Phoenix. Now, I gave Phoenix a yes, ma'am. Phoenix would have gotten an over for me if she bottom of the breastplate did not show. So when she zipped up the breast, like zipped out the and the breast was there, if it I swear if that it's that little tiny detail of seeing the bottom of the breastplate, like that would have been an over for me if it would just been this, or if she would have just took out the breast itself. I would have been like, yes, oh my god, yes, give me my American Horror Story fantasy. Oh my god, yes. That's what I needed.
So when as the queen started going down the runway, I was kind of imagining in my head, what look would I give for a slits and tits runway? And after Bosco came out, I'm like, wait, how iconic would it be for you to unzip your titty and pull out an implant? Obviously not for real, but like, like a fake implant. That's where my head kind of immediately went. Like, unzip the actual titty, pull out an implant, maybe like a rhinestone implant or something like that. I thought that would have been cut. So this was the closest we got to that. Oh, two reasons I wouldn't give it an over. One, right on the nose, breastplate showing, small details. Two, I really didn't like the shoes
Yeah, the shoes, like, yeah, yeah.
with the
But
outfit. But her
yes,
presentation of this, I thought was amazing.
oh my God,
When I tell you
so good.
everybody at the bar went absolutely berserker when she came out and she like zipped it up and then zipped out the titties, like the energy was incredible. And I love that for her. And I
I was
love
gonna ask you that because because I felt that when I was watching it. I was like, I'm sure at the bar, this look right here is going to be amazing.
people went crazy for this look. And I love that for her. I love that Phoenix is having her moment.
Yes. Yes, I love it. I just there's that, but when they came back from commercial, obviously the little thing, the break, you saw that they fixed it, and when they fixed it, and you didn't see the breastplate, like the ending of the breastplate,
I
amazing,
think it was
looks
just
so good.
because maybe she was moving around a little and the shaking. I think that's what made it
And
pop
yeah,
out.
and she
Yeah.
did it. Yes, yes, yeah, yep, yep, yep. But there's some small details. Other than that, the look was amazing. Still a yes, ma'am. So now, the top two of the week are Aja and Irene, and they each receive 2 points. Now they have to lip sync to "Think You the Shit" "Fart" by Ice Spice. What did you think of the lip sync?
Fucking hate the song. The New York is probably gonna come for me. I fucking hate the song. But
I mean, being that you from the Bronx, you need to like this one.
no, the fuck I don't. First of all, who was it?
Well, she's not from your part of the Bronx. That's probably why.
Uh, Actually, I'm not even gonna get into what I was about to get into because that's a whole nother can of worms. But Irene was serving face. Irene was serving face, like the whole lip sync, and I was surprised that she performed the song so well because I just feel like it's not particularly up her alley. Everyone knew as soon as the song was announced who was gonna win that. That was Aja. That was another like body moment. Like, there's no way any other queen could have beat Aja in that lip sync. That dance she did, that little, I don't know what the fuck to call it. Amazing. I loved it. She absolutely ate that up and she deserved that one.
Aja ate.
Yeah.
Like, ate. I don't know what else to say. Aja ate. Like, hands down. Like, she ate. She made Ice Spice song popular again. Like,
Yeah.
now everybody gonna be like, think you the shit. You're not even a fart. Like,
I
that right there, she gonna make everybody like, what? And I do my little dance.
that's when she won the, well, I mean she had one before that, but that's what solidified the win for me. But I hate that lyric. I don't know. I'm probably the only
And I do
person.
my little
No,
dance.
not that.
And she did her little
I know.
dance.
What I really hate is that intro. Think you the shit, you're not even the fart. I think that is so childish.
I just like when she did a little thing like this.
Oh yeah, no, I
That's my
mean,
favorite part.
no,
That's my little thing. And when she did the dip, baby,
that was
she did the dip, and then
smooth.
she did like the soften cut at the end with the little foot, and she just like tapped her foot, and then she did the little thing like, oh my
She
god,
showed
Usher.
the world why she be coming for those Nogan queens.
Yes, she did show the world why she comes from the Nogans. But Aja wins the lip sync, which means she gets an extra point, and she wins 10,000 jewels. So the leaderboard after episode one is Asha 3 points, Irene 2 points, and everyone has zero. So now we got a double premiere. So we're going to talk about episode Dose. Now, the bottom queens all decided that they're going to give each other a point to make it fair. I don't think that was smart. Do you think that's smart?
No,
Thank you. Thank you.
if you're thinking about it in a competition type of sense, you want to make sure that it is not an even playing field, girl.
Hello.
Want. Like if somebody like at this point, like Aja has 3 points. I would have given it to her. She would have got the 3 points. She's probably gonna be in the finale already. I'm not gonna give these other girls a chance to beat me to the finale if I can give it to somebody who's almost guaranteed to be in the finale already. Hello. I think, yeah. I think it was a very congenial way of handing out the points. Of being like, oh, you give me a point, I give you a point. Oh, you give me a point, I give you a point. I think they should have been
Same.
more strategic about it. And I hope as the episode goes on and the other brackets go on, that they'll be more strategic about it, just because it creates great television.
It does. So now for this episode, right, the mini challenge involves some mouth to mouth action with the pit crew. And let's just say it's softball from the belly button to the lips. And then in the first round, Phoenix and Irene win their rounds. In the final round, Irene wins and she wins 2,500. But this episode begins with Bosco because Bosco needed to have Bosco's moment with the pit crew member. And I thought that was hilarious. Bosco, thank you for that. We needed that.
One of the funniest
Thank you.
moments on Drag Race ever. The girls being like, "Girl, Bosco, it's over." She's like, "No, not for me. It ain't. I'm gonna keep going, girl."
Hello.
She started rubbing up
That
even
was
more.
everything. What? Yes. Girl, you better thank Dr. Zizmore. Now, speaking of Bosco, right, her and Olivia have this weird fight. And it was really awkward because obviously we saw the banter between Irene and Aja in episode one. And so it's similar, it veered similar to an Irene and Aja kind of like banter back and forth. But for some reason, Olivia did not see it that way. So do you think Olivia was overreacting?
A little, but I don't even remember how the fight began, honestly. Like it was just that. Like it was just like, wait, why is she mad? Why
Country
like
accents, like southern
I
act,
like I
like
don't
southern.
I know that,
Yeah,
but like I don't like for me it's like I don't think there was ever a moment that should have truly sparkled a fight of that level. Like for me it was just like what is going on? Is it fun to watch girls fight? Absolute. But like I just felt like yeah, I think Olivia took it a little too personal when in
she did right, and I just think that it was just it was a reach, right? And unfortunately, obviously they made up like you can see it like I think it was like an unaired
Mhm.
like, conversation between the two, but for the most part, I just thought it was weird because it was like tension for no reason,
Yeah,
right? When
that
it could have just been really fun and like shady banter. But the maxi challenge is improv, and so this is funny because technically the only person in this bracket who has done an improv challenge was Olivia. And I do believe she went home on the second improv challenge on her original season. Everyone else has never done an improv challenge on their season.
Oscar didn't do it? Oh, okay. Okay, I mean,
Unless you want to think Daytona Wins was an improv.
no, that was
But I
acting.
don't think
That was
Daytona Wins
acting.
was an improv. It was an action challenge. Yeah.
Okay. I thought this was cute. Not my favorite improv challenge. I thought there was some really funny moments. I think Bosco absolutely ate those girls out. She was having
I
Rue break
disagree.
character. She was like, took out this eye, not this eye. I lost it from glaucoma. I'm blind. I fucking lost it. Everyone lost it.
In terms of improv, yes. Right. I thought that was a masterclass in yes and
Yeah,
right. I thought that was really great because that was it's improv. She made Rue break. Yes. Another person who I thought did really
Irene.
well, and that's Irene the fucking alien.
Irene. Girl, that switch up. That fucking switch
Baby.
up. Her.
When Irene did that break in the voice, and she said, "Well, aren't you a clever belle, Mr. Poussey?" I said, "Bitch, what?"
But it wasn't even just the voice. You could see it in the face. Her face changed. She went from being this like James Manfield, like little like innocent girl, until being like, yes, bitch, I killed my ex-husband, and what? What you gonna do about that? I fucking
Yes,
lost it.
it was the internal like conflict in the brain that translated to the scene. Body language changed, everything happened all in one motion that I was like, this is so good.
I
Y'all better watch out for these Seattle bitches because these Seattle bitches is gonna come for an acting slash improv challenge every time.
not for talent show apparently,
Enough for talent show.
but I digress. I want to see her on Broadway just for that alone, because that was amazing, girl.
I think did really great. Deja was also really good too, right? She was a sexualized character and she had her moment
And
and
the
it was
rubbing up.
hilarious. And the rubbing on Rue and that stuff, that was also funny. So like they were standouts. I don't think anyone did horribly, right? Like I thought it was a decent acting challenge. Improv challenge, excuse me. Obviously is based on Perot, which is one of like Agatha Christie's detectives. And so I mean Agatha Christie is problematic because she did a whole like she wrote a whole book about little niggas. But anyways, she did. It's problematic in its own right. But that doesn't stop away from the fact that the improv challenge was a good improv challenge. So now, can we get to the runway? Because I am confused. The category is coming and going, and quite frankly, I don't get it. So I don't understand.
I appreciate that it was a fresh take on a reveal runway. So I get it. It was supposed
Was
to,
it?
yeah, it was supposed to be like you have one look in the front and a different look in the back. It was supposed to,
So that was coming and going?
yeah.
How did you get that from coming and going?
No, they
No,
said it
they
in the
didn't.
episode.
No, they didn't. She just said, hi, the category is
No, but
coming
I
and
think she said
going.
it early on in the episode where she was like, you have to
I
look
didn't hear it.
one look in the front and then like a different look in like I think she said like it's giving party in the back or maybe when the queen said it like it's giving business in the back in the front, party in the back. I just remember someone being said somewhere somehow and that's understood. For me, again, it was a fresh take on a reveal runway that I actually like it. I mean, there were some looks I really enjoyed. Overall,
Like who?
though, I
I mean, Olivia, she looked great, right? She had the black and white. She looked like Lena Horne, Billie Holiday. That was cute. And then she had like the flowers in the back. So for that, I gave it a yes, ma'am. I thought it was a cute look. We had Irene the alien. Go ahead. You wanted to talk about a little like Olivia?
no, I mean you said
Irene the alien. Again, I thought this was a great look. To me, this. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand the back, so I wouldn't have given it over. But I gave it a yes, ma'am, because I love the front and I love the alien reveal in the head. I thought that was cute with the animatronics and the alien is like
I gave it a Nova because it's supposed to be like a politician that's
Mars
being
attacks.
controlled, like a robot politician. So that's why when you turn around, you see all the mechanics of what you would see in a robot, and that wig splitting open and the little alien. I love that. Only Irene.
So good. Bosco got my over because it was a cinched coffin. Bitch, who thinks of a cinched coffin?
I mean, yes, huge props to her for that. Amazing look. I mean, it was kind of pandering to RuPaul with the whole Elvira thing, but she looked amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And the whole cinch coffin idea is cut. I just thought it didn't quite fit the,
Coming and going.
yeah. Like for me, it's the same thing with any other reveal when like if you just, I don't know, like take off a garbage bag or like, I don't know, like lift up your hood, like that's not a fucking reveal.
I mean, I thought it was life and death, coming and going.
I didn't get
When you're in the
that.
coffin, you're gone.
I didn't quite get that.
And she rolled the coffin.
No, I
She was
mean, I
coming.
get that. So sorry, I didn't. When you were saying life and death, I thought you meant that as the runway theme as a whole. I get that
Oh
coming
no.
and going thing. I just didn't. I love the coffin. I didn't love that. That was. I don't know. Yes, ma'am. It was a
Maybe,
yes,
maybe.
ma'am, not a Nova for me.
Deja Sky, it wasn't my favorite, so I gave it a no
It was
ma'am.
a no, ma'am. Just because I actually liked the front. I really liked how kind of geometrical it was. I hated the back. Like it looked like she just took a big old flower on her ass. It didn't go with the rest of the look, which I guess it didn't
Good.
necessarily need to have. Like look, it'll go with the look, but I don't know. I just didn't really like it, honestly.
Yep. Next up was Phoenix, and I thought this was a really cute look. I thought it was polished. I gave it a yes, ma'am, because I thought it was giving pageant. It was well put together. I saw the storm clouds and the breeze and the winds, and I love the little hair and the face. I thought it was so good. It was
It
good.
was a yes, ma'am. I really liked it. I love the construction of it. I liked how it actually looked like a twister. Not a huge fan of the back, but still a yes, ma'am nonetheless. Like you said, that swept hair was so cunty. Loved it.
Yeah. And then last but not least, we had Asha. And I thought she looked good. I thought her face looked amazing. She looked like a goddess. Obviously, she's into, like the spirituality of it all. And so that was good. She looked like Oshun. And then she had third eye in the back. I gave her a soft ma'am because I thought the back looks a little bit like arts and crafts, but the front was really good.
Yeah, I agree with you. Same critiques. I love this color on her though.
Yes, she looks amazing. The yellow was spot on. And then so we find out that the top twos of the week are Irene and Bosco, and they each receive 2 points. But they have to lip sync to Murder on the Dance Floor by Sophie Ellis Bextor. What did you think of the lip sync?
Oh, okay, Irene coming in the top two for a second week in a row. Love that for her.
I know, yes.
I thought she was doing pretty good, honestly, but my eyes were on Bosco the entire time. Like she absolutely captivated everyone's gaze. She was serving it. I think the outfit worked wonderful with the song and the move she was doing, and I loved that she kept the reveal to the end and she didn't just immediately rip it off. One thing that would have elevated it for me is if she had had like a knife underneath there. Or if she had revealed and she was like bloody, like a la
Because of
paparazzi.
murder on the dance floor.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I thought that would have been like insanely memorable. Like if she revealed it and she had like bloody titties, that would have been amazing.
so good. Yeah, no, she was good. My favorite part of the whole thing wasn't even actually the lip sync. Was freaking Aja in the background screaming "Femme Queen," like yes, body. That was my favorite part of the whole thing. Like no
I
shade.
mean,
Like Bosco did amazing, but literally Aja stole the whole entire episode for me from that one little thing in the lip sync for
you
me.
can take the
Like it's
girl,
always been
you can take the girl out of
always
ballroom, but you can't take ballroom out of the girl.
literally it was that. I was like, yes, you better yell "Femme Queen" like all day. So in the end, Bosco wins the lip sync and earns the extra point and $10,000. So at the end of episode 2, Bosco and Irene have 4 points. Aja has 3 points, and the rest of the queens have 1 point. Now, remember, the other 4 queens each have 1 point to give away as the MVQ. Now, we don't know what that's going to be, and we don't know what it's going to look like because those queens are giving those points away at the beginning of episode 3, which comes out on Friday. So now, with just one more episode left in bracket 1, who do you think is making it to the semifinals? Is it going to be Bosco, Aja, and Irene? Or do you think the NVQ points are going to put one of the bottom queens in the lead?
Ultimately, think I would be Aja, Bosco, Irene. I would love for there to be some drama and for one of those queens to slip on by because they all decided like, hey, we don't like this girl, so instead we're gonna vote this girl into the semifinals. I think that would be great, and I hope that happens at least once this season. Hopefully that they don't kick one of my favorites out because of that, but I would love to see it happen nonetheless.
All right, friends, there you have it. That was our recap of All Stars 10 episodes 1 and 2. So hit that follow button on your favorite platform, whether it's Apple, iHeart, Spotify, because what? We're everywhere. Leave us a 5-star rating, drop your favorite moment in our DM or comment below because we're dying to hear from you. And this is No Ma'am. Well, real talk meets legendary energy. Until next time, friends.